In Singapore, we saw a performance difference between the nominated compounds of about a second and a half per lap, probably the biggest gap of the year. Why was this?
Well, yeah, it's true. It was like 1.5 seconds, which was surprising, but there's two factors really. One, the circuit has 23 corners, so it's more like a rally stage actually. The tyre's always being used for traction. And the softer compound wasn't as working as well as the super soft. So you add in those factors and you get 1.5 seconds. I would say though that the degradation on the super soft was much higher than the softer tyre, so it was actually an ideal situation where the teams had to work with a strategy of deciding whether to use the performance of the super soft against the stability of the softer tyre.
At the beginning of the season, some cars showed a big difference in front tire temperature and rear tire temperature. It is still true?
Well, in reality, no. The teams worked really, really hard to change that, and it's no surprise that some of the teams that have improved dramatically, like the McLaren, have really found a good balance of performance between the front and rear tyres. Sometimes the teams were maybe looking, they had higher rear tyre temperatures and were trying so hard to get temperature into the front tyre. In reality, what they've done is they've done a little bit of work of getting temperature into the front, but they've also reduced the running temperatures of the rear tyres to balance it out. So that's something that all the teams have been doing, and to be honest, today it's not really an issue for anybody.
The next Grand Prix is Japan, where the drivers will have the P0 silver hard tyre and the P0 yellow soft tyre available. What is the thinking behind this choice?
Well, you know, Suzuka historically was probably one of the most aggressive tracks for a tyre maker. It had a very, very abrasive surface, so you had very high levels of tyre wear. 3 or 4 years ago, they changed and resurfaced part of the track, and we're led to believe they've done as well this year, between this year and last year, again the same thing. So you've got to go with your most conservative tyre because of that history of being very abrasive, and you can have huge temperatures. You know, it can be 35 degrees centigrade there. But equally, to create some strategy, we're taking the softer tyre, just in case the surface is now much less reduced in terms of wear, so that we've got a strategy battle to play between the use of the two tyres.
Over the last few days, you have said that Robert Kubica could be an excellent test driver for Pirelli in the future. Is there something concrete to that, or it is just a rumour for now?
Well, I was actually asked the question saying, you know, what if Jaime Alguersuari goes into Formula One next season? We all hope, of course, he does, because that will be 4 out of 5 drivers that we will have helped get back into Formula One. So I was really describing the situation where we'd like to repeat that again, and asked what type of driver. I obviously used Robert's name because we don't know if he can even drive a Formula One car again, but he would be ideal. Someone who was in Formula One, had his incident, maybe, you know, with a bit of training with us, could get back in again. But it was used as an example. Having said that, it's a great example, and if Robert is able to drive, then we'd be the first to try and get him working with us, because he's a good friend of ours, and we obviously would like to see him competing back in Formula One, or maybe in a rally car. You know, we'll have to see where his career goes.